Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm gonna continue with Pokemon Uranium, which, yeah, definitely a game to my liking. Pokemon. Let me double check the settings for my, well, I want to say camera, but in reality is to keep track of stream. Yep, that works. Need to post something here real quick. Give an enter there. That's just Twitch saying, ah yes, you're going live. Yes, I knew that. Thank you. Oh, alright, okay, they flowered. So they're just flowering. I probably should have picked these somewhere sooner. I didn't play yesterday, and thanks to that, they probably already grew fully. Right. Because these things grow in like 12 hours, I believe. So maybe by the end of stream, these things will actually be grown. Let me check. Where was I with my Pokemon? You were holding Oranberry, right? For safety precautions. And I was training on Burby, Alton, and Menki if I found any. Ready. Now is the time you decide that you want to sit on my lap. Just as I start. Okay. Hello. Hi Caleb, how you're doing? Hope you're doing well. Well, as you could have seen on the face cam, well, yeah, there's always something in the morning, isn't there? But as you could see on the face cam, I got a visitor again, a very demanding one. I mean, it's good to have a day that you don't have to do anything. Frankly, a lot more people could do with doing less work. Let's start with 2 scent attacks because of the level 4 Minky. Yeah, I saw that. At least part of it. Though I was busy with stuff, so I couldn't be there yesterday. Where's that paw going? That glass is empty. Oh, you're pawing at my arm to say pet me. Okay, cat, you can get pets. Like I said, very demanding. I have my ancestry and class down. Oh, right. Ancestry. I was like, wait, what? You're doing something for school with ancestry? No, you're talking about Pathfinder, right? Well, that depends on what you want to play. But background, there's always barkeeper. Fletching witch. I'm trying to remember what. Yeah, I don't know what a fletchling is. Fletchindler. I know, that's a Pokemon. Yes, cat. The computer is nice, I guess. No, don't chew on the corner. Describe them as humans that turned into... Oh, into basically share their Kai. Okay. Oh, I'm glad I gave him that orange berry. Take the item from Timon. Super potion. And item give orange berry. But I am still gonna go to the Poké Center to heal, cause peace of mind. Let me actually keep track of stream here as well. That's better. Actually, if I go in here again, do I get more berries? No. If I talk to you, do I get something more? No. Cats? I know you. You're quite demanding, you know that? If you keep being so demanding, one of these days you're not gonna get what you're demanding. Like, happens every morning when I'm in a hurry and you want pets anyway. Yes, cats. Right, Burby, special attack team. Actually, I can switch to this maybe. No, not that one, this one. To keep track of everything over there, including the viewer count, which I can't see. Alright, see ya! Oh, I need to switch in another Pokemon still. Shira, and then Rappy again afterwards. If you're still here at the moment as I say this, good luck at school tomorrow. That's everybody that needs special attack EVs. Let me get... Yes, cat, you're slightly moving under the desk with your paws, so I can control the PC a bit better. Take the item from Timon again. Escape rope, that's good. Well, good enough, I guess. Could have been a lot better. Allison, speed. Still the special attack team though. Because the others simply have a weakness to Peck. And I'm pretty sure both Walter and Alex can still be one shot by Peck. And I, quite frankly, at this point in the game, I still don't want to risk it. Well, I don't care about the attack harshly falling. You can't just lay down your heads, you know. You don't have to keep looking around. So you can be relaxed. But I guess you're just looking at me for more pets. Well, that's fine, cat. You can lay your paw down there while you relax. Maybe it's time for a second camera that is just cats. But then I actually need to get a second camera, and I'm not willing to invest that right now. I don't have buy separate equipment money. I mean, I improved my camera setup, like as it's now easier to set up. But it's a broken phone holder for the car. Like legitimately a piece broke off, thanks to which it's by sheer coincidence fits perfectly on my screen. Okay, cat's now laying on my lap, being mostly relaxed. Never mind. Tail sweeping, picked up again as I say cat. And now she looks at me. Come on, kitty. Just calm down. Nothing's going on that you need to keep your guard up for. Worst thing that's gonna happen is me kicking you off with my lap. I know that's terrible. Kitty. Wait, what? Well, it's back again at least. For some reason the connection broke for a moment. And I don't know why, but it keeps happening. Like every other stream or so. A level 5 Burby shouldn't be a problem, right? But I think I'm gonna send Vera, Rappy and then Timon this time. Growl, that's fine, no problem there. Rappy, what do you do? Still 3 viewers? Okay. I say as the amount of viewers goes down to 2 and back up to 3. I wonder who's watching. Anyway, Timon, your turn. Now, go tackle that Burby. Burby, not Burmy. Actually still needs 2 tackles. Escape rope, that's fine. I just remembered, I forgot to hang up the I'm streaming sign. I might be better if I go do that. I know I've been streaming for like only 10 minutes or so, and I'm already standing up to do something. But I should probably do that before somebody tries to come in and be like, oh, I don't want to appear on camera, why don't you have your sign up? Sorry cats. You can go for now. I also need to check something else real quick. Because I'm not sure about my sound. Because I did have my mic plugged out for a moment today. Mic's still good. Right. Be back in just a moment. Don't need to do that though.
Oh, and for those interested, my do not disturb sign.
Well, that stop was a bit longer. Because the little princess wanted an escort downstairs. As such, I also grabbed a cookie, got myself a glass of water, and emptied my bladder for a moment. I forgot to take the item from Timo. Alright, Vera, show me your proper gust. That's what I'm talking about. Take the items. Repel, okay. Let me check their summary. Okay. Wait. Two separates? Okay, I guess. Not the worst thing to happen. Another cup bug. Speed Eevee. Yes, Eevee. I still got confused, or get confused with EAA, because or A, I should say, because A in Dutch is A. Yes? Or that's just different. But E in Dutch is A. But I in Dutch is E. Like the sounds in for Dutch, for how you pronounce the letters individually in Dutch are the sounds for other letters in English. So yeah, it can be a bit confusing. At least it is for me, with a slight dyslexia, which you might have seen with some of the thumbnails. No, not thumbnails. Well, maybe even the thumbnails as well. I'm not sure about that one. At the very least, in the titles, you could have seen it. Because I'm pretty sure, without noticing really, I might have misspelled a title here or there. No, not run. Definitely not run. Then Rappy. Should be fine still. Take the item from Timon. Potion. But let me post something somewhere else real quick. Let me double check the rules in this one. No. But let me post it here like once. Yeah, I feel, for some reason I feel too self-conscious about posting that there. I'm not sure why, but just feels too strange. Where was I? Right. Burby, that's a special attack team. Let's start with Rappy because they have the least amount of HP. And of course it's immediately a Gust. Vera. And then Timon. You know what? You know what? I'm gonna post it anyway. Alright. I switched all of them in already or against this bird. Already all of them only 5 XP. Alright, it should be fine. Take the item. Let me see. Yeah, alright. That's all going well as it should be. Another burp. Good. Special attack team, go! This should really be the last battle. I should really head to a Poké Center. Yep. Poké Center after this, it is. No, not fight. First Timon. And then Timon can finish the Burby with a tackle. Or 2, I guess. Maybe 3 if this one misses. Doesn't miss, good. However, I am leaving the tall grass now. After grabbing the item from Timon. Alright. berry bushes are still in bloom rather than actually having fruit. But that's not too bad. As long as they bear fruit before the end of the stream. Which kinda means I might have to continue streaming until they do. Which might be some time. Concentrate. Special attack team. Timon, Vera, and Rappy. Eight? Still 8? Boy. Or girl, I guess. Was Timon boy or girl? Girl. Oh, my Pokemon are taking a lot of damage from this Burby. Yes, Burby. Burby is good. Burby is special attack EVs. That's what I need. Stop doubting yourself. That's another Burby, good. I keep wanting to grab my phone, but it's empty. Like, there's no phone case in here. Where was I? Yes. Let's see, by the way. Nothing important. I keep checking back and forth everywhere for different messages. But it should be alright. Should be alright. Growl, no problem. Phase and Ember. And I'm actually about halfway finally with the EV training of the special attack. Almost basically halfway after I don't know how long with one of the stats. Well, okay. Here. Oh. Right. I'm still so used to Switch in being the second option rather than the first. But let's see. Rappy's the last one that needed to be sent in. As such, they can use another Ember. And it doesn't faint them, which is remarkable. Potion, good. Let me double check my Pokemon. Yeah, I should be able to do at least one more fight until either Rappy or Timon gets damaged. And yes, when I'm closing my eyes like that while talking, I'm actually digging through my mind for what did I name them again? Because yeah, I can be maybe a tiny bit forgetful at times. So, Vera should be sent in last this time. Flash, I have no problem with the bird flashing me. I don't know what it is repairing. Just itch. Like here. Also like a feeling of not being able to sit still, which seems to have been increasing lately. Which, yeah, just strange. Nice, Ultra Ball. Yeah, I'm fine for another encounter. Didn't to get damage. The Pokemon that couldn't take damage before I had to do it again. Okay, you tag team. But first, 2 scent attacks. What? What? That's not good at all. I thought as much. Scent attack. Accuracy foul, scratch. Switch in water. Low kick, missed, good. Leer. Defense fell. Low kick, missed, good. Another Leer. Good. Missed still. How many of those are there? 20. $30. He didn't use Leer yet. Now he did. So from here, I'm going into Alex. Yes. Low kick. 2. Not very effective. What can you do with a tackle? Take him out. Good. Okay. That was scary. I literally felt like that, like a misplay there could have costed me a Pokemon. And we're back to the special attack team. Ooh, radiator is finally on. Oh, I can warm my feet. Yes, I'm always cold, and the radiator is always on, okay? Nothing there going on. I switched in all of them, right? I'm pretty sure I did. Let's see in the XP if I did, and if I did not, I did. So that would mean about 10 more items. Let's see, 10 more items, a 1 in 100 chance for a rare candy. That means that I have about a 5% chance for a rare. Well, no, not a. How does that work exactly? Because each one is a 1 in 100 chance. It's not like, ah yes, if you do a 100 times you have it 100% of the time. I think that means that I have with going from the I still have 10 encounters. I think if I have about 5% chance at actually getting the rare candy. Or having... I did not want to turn that off. Yeah, should... Not sure the math's mathing, but I think I'm right with that one. Yes. Yes. Right. Yeah, that should be correct. Just as something that's 50-50. Just because you do it twice, because that's 1 in 2 times. Just because you do something twice that's 50-50, doesn't mean you're guaranteed to have it. Like, in general, if something is 50-50 and you do it 2 times, you will have it once, on average. But that doesn't mean you will actually have it. Like, percentages are weird in that way. Like, not intuitive, so to say. I mean, that's technically why the gambling industry is so big, because percentages aren't very intuitive to most people. I mean, let's say you have a famous example of that, or at least a famous one here in math. Let's say you have algae in water that cover the surface. They double each day. So the first day it's a bit, second day it's a bit more. You leave for a total of 30 days as it gets in there. When you get back, half the pond is covered in the algae. How long does it take until the entire pond is covered in algae? As when half of it took 30 days. This will take 1 day, because it doubles every day. special attack team. Where was I? Right. Switching out the Pokemon to get the EVs that I need. Well, technically I don't necessarily need the EVs, but I do need the levels, so I might as well EV train. And since the game does include some grinding, I might as well do it a bit in advance, because of also encountering an evolved Pokemon in the near future at a level it shouldn't be. Like I said in one of the previous streams. And almost every time that you're encountering a evolved Pokemon at a level it shouldn't be evolved at, people have trouble. Case in point, Lance's Dragonairs. No, not Dragonairs, Dragonite. Which are 5 levels too low. At those high levels, it's not that much of a deal, but you still notice. On top of that, Dragonite. Another example is Mars's Perocli in Diamond and Pearl. Can I think of another example? I can't think of another example on the top of my head where you encounter a Pokemon that is too low of a level. Alright, special attack. Is there anywhere else where you encounter a Pokemon that is too weak to be its evolved form yet? I'm not sure. Well, there's always the cases of something similar happening, of you encountering a Pokemon that you cannot get one with a stat total of such at that point in the game yet. And not because it's evolved necessarily, but because it's a Pokemon that doesn't evolve. Example that springs to mind: Whitney's Miltank. Then there's Pokemon that are just genuinely busted, like any water type gym with a Gyarados. Well, unless you have an electrical type and then it's just faults. But you still have to outspeed the Gyarados, otherwise. Speaking about Gyarados, anytime I've played a Pokemon Red, Green or Blue, I bought the Magikarp and trained it up just because you would get it so much earlier. And Gyarados is just such a good Pokemon. Special attack team. Let's see, what's something else funny that I know about Pokemon, or something that I did that I'm questioning if it's relatable. Well, to the American viewers, this wouldn't be relatable at all. Maybe if somebody else watches this that is not natively from an English-speaking country, playing Pokemon without speaking English and getting stuck and having no idea what to do. I remember in... what's the city called again? The city with the second gym in Pokemon Diamond, Pearl and Platinum. With Gardenia. I got stuck in that city because... oh, I need a bike, sure. But now I have a bike, and now they won't let me out of the city. How do I get out of the city? And eventually I just gave up. on trying to get out of the city there. And I think I trained all of the Pokemon that I had caught in that point in the game up to level 30. I grinded them on wild Pokemon. Mind you, I caught every Pokemon evolutionary line up until that point in the game, and had already traded a bit with my brother as well. As in gotten I believe at that point in the game there are already a couple of version exclusive Pokemon. Nope. So yeah, I think that I had like a 30, maybe a bit more Pokemon, I'm not exactly sure. And all of them were trained to level 30 on wild level 12 Pokemon to level 14. It's where I got my shiny Ponyta, I believe. Meanwhile, I got my first shiny Pokemon, which was a Geodude, on my way from the first gym, backtracking to go forward in the game. Like that, the cave next to Rosborough, I believe it's called. Yeah, I just went through that cave and found this golden Geodude. And it was special, it had special color, so of course I caught it. Not even knowing what a shiny was, or how rare it actually was. Again, first Pokemon game, and not a native English speaker. And then later on I got some help from my brother to evolve it into a golem. Still have that golem, though it is in my Pokemon Diamond game still. Next to the other shiny Geodude that I caught on Route 24, I believe, in that game. Yes, I remember the route where I caught that Pokemon, the other shiny. It's mostly because I grinded a lot on that route. And on the route, I'm not sure if it's still the same route or it's just the route above it. The same place where you, in the post game, you can go to the distortion worlds in Diamond and Pearl to get Giratina. There's this yellow honey tree. I got myself a Munchlax there. A genuine Pokemon Diamond caught Munchlax. Mind you, I had no idea about the actual chances or what Pokemon could be there. I had just done that on a couple of trees for so long that I just happened to catch a Munchlax one day. That's it. Pure luck. I got a Munchlax with pure luck and a lot of time. Which, yeah, in hindsight, very lucky. I believe it was like 2008. No, not 2018. 2000. I believe it was 2020. And on that same save file, in 2020, I got myself a Feebas in that game. Because let me try and play that save file some more, and actually try to complete things a bit more. because I don't have the necessary things, so to say, to complete it fully. Because I don't have a old Pokemon Ruby or Sapphire or Emerald cartridge. And nor do I have a old Fire Red or Leaf Green cartridge for the Game Boy. So I can't complete the Pokédex. At least not the national dex on that game. Which is a shame. Best I'm probably gonna be able to do is maybe trade from Soul Silver or what was it? Okay, Soul Silver and Gold. I don't remember. I never played Pokemon Gold much. Didn't play Pokemon Pearl as much either, but I grew up on those games and my brother had Pearl. So that's why I remember that one so vividly. In hindsight, I had a fairly small team, because not only did I did actually spread around the HM on my actual team, but beside that, I had a Blissey in my team, because at all times I seemed to be poor, so I used percentage healing items on the Blissey, and then from the Blissey I healed my other Pokemon. And up until very recently, I thought that any form of medicine item made Pokemon unhappy, not just the herbs. So I didn't want to use healing items at all, basically, because they make my Pokemon unhappy. Why would I use them? I'm just gonna try and avoid using them altogether and keep backtracking every time. Then there's the period in time that I did not know about happiness at all, and I just trained until my Pokemon fainted. Yeah, those Pokemon didn't like me for a long time. And I'm wondering why my Chingling would never evolve. I believe it was level 40 by the time it finally evolved. Mind you, I caught the earliest available Chingling in Pokemon Diamond, which is around the time you hit the second gym in that part of Mount Coronet, like the optional part at that point. uh, 8-year-old me did not know how to play Pokemon. Yeah, what can I say? Memories of a time long gone. In fact, about 20 years gone. Mankey, but it's the dangerous Mankey, it's a level 5 one. Let's start with 2 sand attacks. Already focuses energy. The fence fell, which means it's time for a switch. Go to water. It went down 11. That means a crit will end water at this point. Still. Alex on the other point can survive. I'm gonna switch to Land Horse because they are higher level and more HP. As such, higher defense. Focus energy failed. Let's do a bulldoze, see how much that does. Enough. How much XP still? 33. And after 33 XP, there's no longer any rare candy on the drop list. This should be the last encounter until I heal again, just because of Walter and Alex. Yes, Vera. Concentrate. And then Rappy. Rappy the Raptor. Followed by an Ember. Take the item from Timon. Alright, the next battle will probably be the last where Timon has a chance for rare candy. So right now I have about a little bit more than 1% chance to get it, because you know 1 in 100 is 1% if you just can do it once. But there's still a chance that I encounter a Mankey, which technically makes the chance greater than 1%. Cup bug. Not what I'm looking for. Let's see. Outen speed EVs. Was identified a. Have you tried identifying this Ember? Oh no, wait, I'm not supposed to attack with Rappy. I mean, have you tried identifying this gust that Vera is about to send your way? Why am I rubbing my hand like an evil person? To be honest. I feel like the beard and the mustache definitely has some villain energy. Though that might be because of old James Bond movies. Oh, still one more. Maybe even two, depending on what Pokemon I faint. Well, it's a Nuzlocke, so it's actually kill. And that means no, that means one more. And that's just this one, I mean. Alright, that's the last one, and with that, Timon will level up. Say goodbye to Rare Candy. Oh, ready? Rappy. Bird that Burby to a Christmas turkey. Huh? I really thought they would get more XP from a level 5 Burby. Okay. So it went down 9. Maybe if we now encounter level 2 or so. But I don't think that will happen. Technically they're here, but... Level 4. That should get me... Or that should get Timon the XP to level up, right? Okay. Vera. And then followed by Rappy again. Why am I sitting with such a bad posture in my chair though? Like... My back was... I was basically sitting like this in my chair rather than this. Farewell, Rare Candy. Let's see, that means in total from training up Timon, I got 3 Rare Candies. No, not take. Give. Alright, those haven't full grown yet. I'm thinking about going to the cave for some speed EVs, but I'm not sure. Should probably try and get those special attack EVs first. You know, finish what you're doing before going to the next thing. Speaking about that, let me check the... What's the one I can get to that gives attack? Failing gives... Oh, sorry, Failing. And Mankey. Akens. Okay. Banshan. Do not pop. I'm guessing those are way later. Sableye gives attack, okay. That's even already an evolved Pokemon, so not even gonna look at that. Alright, so let's see. This Pokemon, where can I encounter it? Route 3. Ah! So that's after the first gym. That's not gonna work for me. Ekans isn't gonna work. Bashan is gonna work. Yeah. So the only attack EVs that I can get are... what is this? No. And Sableye, I'm guessing also definitely no. Yeah, I thought so. So the only thing that can provide attack EVs that I can get to right now is the 5% Mankey encounter. Yeah, no, I'm guessing I'm not able to get. Yeah, thought as much. Route 9 and Victory Road for Primeape. Right, need to switch back. Ah, shout out to the Automat. Doing their job as I expect from it. I'm getting away again and getting bad posture again. Really? Vera, come on. Blow them away. That... I mean, that's definitely damage, but that's not blown away. That's blown away. The new item I could get was a nugget and a revive. But I lost the potion and the rare candy. Come on. I don't need Chimunk. Kirby. That's what I need. Then again, now that I can no longer get rare candy, I'm not gonna say no to a shiny Chimunk with pickup. Outen is acceptable too. Switching into Vera. Always love the sparkles of a shiny. Then again, who doesn't? It's actually one of the reasons that I never used a heal ball in Generation 4. Because to me those looked like the same sparkles. So using a heal ball to me devalued a shiny because it gave a non-shiny Pokemon sparkles. Meanwhile, my feet are getting nice and toasty because of the heater being on. Which is just great if you have cold feet. Normally. And I don't mean the kind of cold feet about doing something. Though I am, every time I'm pushing myself away from my PC slowly because I'm trying to put my feet against the radiator. If only the wheels on my office chair had brakes. But hey, it was a free office chair people were gonna throw away, so I can't look a gifted horse in the mouth, I guess. Which is actually a saying in Dutch as well, but it sounds a bit more crude in Dutch. Not because the Dutch language is necessarily crude, but like just more crude words are used in the Dutch version, like crude for Dutch standards. Like you have multiple words for mouth, and the saying in Dutch uses one of the less sophisticated ones. Let's put it that way. Though it's definitely not the worst version. Because yes, from the top of my mind, I can think of 3 Dutch words that all mean mouth. And only mouth. Mond, bek and muil. Did I Yes. I switched all of them in already. Great. Another great ball. Nah, don't need to heal yet, yes? Yeah, no. I can look at my stream from like a few moments ago when I was in the looking at my Pokemon, and they all had enough health. So no need to do that. Easy, easy device. My mind is like racing and numb at the same time right now, which is a strange feeling. Numb and racing at the same time. Like, you're doing all sorts of things, paying attention there, paying attention there, paying attention there and there. Meanwhile, your mind is feeling empty. Is the best way I can describe it. Did they just crit me? They just critted me, didn't they? Well, Burby, you're going down. And this time not by a gust of wind. You will go down in flames. You will feel the heat. And you will be torched by these embers. I have to say something to fill the void, right? I just realized the guy with the evil mustache and beard, with nobody in his chat, is just monologuing. Yep, I'm basically just monologuing. I guess I'll have to go and try and think of an evil scheme. Can't think of one. Did sub in D&D, I guess, but yes. Let's start with Timon. To be honest, I think adding chat, like with the thing here under me, you know, under the resets, was a real good move. Yeah, this was the last one that needed to be sent in. I feel like I need something to give my brain a boost, but I have no idea what. No, not run. This gives speed EVs. Rapid last one because they have to move things. HP, not XP. Although they have a decent amount of XP as well. Wait a second. How did Vera catch up with Rappy? I got Vera at a lower level at a later time. Did I purposefully train Vera at some point over the other two? Did I try and make them get equal? And if I did, how did Vera surpass Timon? Maybe it's the XP gain rate that is different for them? That's a thing, right? Their growth speed, I believe. Okay, come on. What's going on here? Almost felt like my mind was just going. Which is a rather unpleasant feeling. Not sure that crit mattered, but it could have. The repel. Let me. Yeah, no, I just explained the pickup table. I don't need to check it. Let me double check if I got a message in the meantime. Somewhere important. Not here. Okay, no important messages. And when I say important messages, I mean messages about stream, but not necessarily on Twitch. That was kind of bad. Like, felt like something was stretching a bit too far. Yes, Rappy's the last one. And then I think I need to go to a Poke Center for Timon's sake. The berries still not grown? Really? I really expected them to be grown at this point. Hey, what's that? Somebody's typing. Well, I now posted a link to the Twitch in the Pokemon Uranium Discord. So maybe some more people will go and watch this at some point. And I'll write that I'll post them on YouTube as well. Is alright. Let me continue. Beating up the Outen. Yeah, that's just a regular Outen. Starting with Timon. Yes, I healed again. Right. Wait, what's that? Was that my... Yeah, that was my phone. Is something happening that I need to keep track of? Not important. Not important. What's this? Also not important right now. Okay. I guess I can do this. Alright, that should take care of that. Let's switch. Why am I trying to do that with the mouse? Well, that was Discord ping, so let me double check that one. I'm getting called a tricky creature in the Discord. Because I'm promoting the channel. Though that's with some friends. Let me just type one more thing there. Chose the let me double check the spelling on that word. Nuclear. I know that's not what that phrase means, which chose the nuclear option, but I find it fitting with the game. Maybe at some point we can have a sequel to Pokemon Uranium, which is just Pokemon Hydrogen. Wait, what was that sound? There was a sound. Wait, what's that? Oh? How did they... Uh-huh. Well, I got a message that very much is similar to what I normally see in spam calls in stream, so... Let's hope it's nothing malicious. Yeah, this is definitely in the suspicious territory thus far. Where was I? Right, we're on Mappy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure somebody's trying to scam me. I'm very much not trusting of people that message me out of the blue, to be honest. Unless it's like in an open thing like this, and even then I'm still suspicious if they're asking me stuff, like too directed stuff. Like, you know? Like, if you're talking about things that are going on in stream, yeah, that's good. Uh-huh. Yup, this is def. This is definitely a scam. Eh. I'm just gonna say I'm sure everything is gonna be fine and waste their time, I guess. On the other hand, this is probably an automated scam bot. Menki. Uh, 2 sense attacks, my own main key, and then Alex. Walter, the main key, I should say. I always get nervous when I'm talking to a scammer up until the point that it's actually 100% clear it is a scam, so that I can actually report them, which on Steam is actually, you know, important. Because they actually do something about scammers. Oh, no. Almost switching the special attack team. Because distracted. Yeah, that's probably photoshopped, so I'm yeah. Where was I? Alright, Alex. Yeah, that was very obviously a scam. So, I'm afraid somebody did in fact get their Steam account hacked, and now they're trying to hack other Steam accounts by sending links, etc. Never got a scammer try to call through Steam before. Alright, not supposed to look there for stuff. $150, eh? I'm gonna save for a moment. And I want to check on the... Actually, let me check on the HP first. I don't know why, but I always get shaky from scammers. Like, even if I know it's a scammer and I'm just keeping them talking long enough to report them, I always get shaky. No idea what that is. Oh. Time to switch. I did not notice the drop in hit points at first. So time to heal after this encounter. Lear. Focus their energy. Time to switch into Alex, which should still be fine because a higher level one did 5 damage on the crit. Yeah. It just now no longer has its Orang Berry, but that's fine. We'll do about 10 damage on the crit, but Alex is faster. Okay. Now time to heal and give Alex a new Orang Berry. I should keep at least 5 Orang Berries though, so I can actually I should keep 8? Probably 8. Yeah, I'm not great. Why does simply interacting with a scammer, knowing it's a scam, give me this shaky feeling? No, that's not necessary. That's a pervy. Got to take the item off the Timon. Yes, Thera and then Ravi. And yes, this entire drained energy thing that you might see right now is just because I found it my duty to try and make the scammer expose themselves more so they could be reported. Basically what happened, by the way, just to inform people if people are watching. I don't actually know if people are watching me right now, but no, nobody's watching this. But maybe if you're watching this later on YouTube by any chance, I basically got contacted on Steam by a random person. Hey, do you have another account with the same name? Because I reported you, but I reported you by accident because probably not you, and now Steam needs you to rectify that. Needs you to rectify that, so give your information. So yeah, suspicious as can be. And even though I said probably already got their account hacked or whatever, I'm guessing that well, not guess. It might also have been a new account because I didn't look at the person itself. So if somebody would have fallen for that trick, they probably would have used the account of the person they tricked to then contact their friends with another scheme. But yeah, it's really nasty. But like I said, it was probably a bot, because all of those bots basically begin with, "Hey, how you're doing?" and then nothing further. Until you react, and then they let go with their scheme. Which, to be honest, I hate these schemers. Or I should just say scammers. Doing what they're doing is schemers, scammers. Not sure when to call it a scheme and when to call it a scam. To be honest, pretty sure this is scamming. And they would have tried to take away games from my Steam library if something were to happen. You know what? I'm curious. I'll look it up. What does Steam do reports? No, that's not it. Not sure if I've always read that Steam takes scammers seriously. So let's hope they do. But let me double check that. Steam. Uh, okay. Let's see. That you've been accidentally or falsely reported for fraud or any other interaction is always the introduction of a scam. See? False reports. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, but yeah, like I said, definitely a scam, even according to Steam's or just the frequent asked question part on Steam's own environment starts with yes, anybody saying to have falsely reported you or accidentally reported you is a scammer. Yeah, double checking, it is special attack. I'm a bit paranoid since I did the thing with doing the special attack team on the wrong Pokemon. Hyper Potion, good. What time is it? It's only 10? Why do I feel so tired? Like, I didn't even do much of anything today. Actually, I did do something today which is draining a lot of energy. I was somewhere where I couldn't really do much of anything for 2 hours. And I scrolled through YouTube Shorts for 2 hours, which actually takes a lot of brain power even though you don't notice. Because you just get that much information shoved into your face. Even if it's like short burst, so to say. But you get a lot of it. Especially when you try to avoid the brain rot content and actually, yes, laws, explanation this, explanation so, history. Yes, I like listening to history stuff. In case you hadn't noticed, I'm the kind of person in Civilization 5 to check the history of the actual things. I just didn't do it that often on stream because, you know, it's Civilization 5. I've read most of those things multiple times already, so I know them fairly well. So I'm not double checking them every time. But I did read all of them basically. Like every historical text in Civilization 5 that was in the Civilopedia, I've read. From leaders to buildings to wonders. No, don't need to go down. Let me get back out of that bad position again. And let me fold my legs over each other just because it sits more relaxed for me. Anything else that I should do, want to do? I'm not sure. Don't think so. Yes, Vera still needed to be switched in. You call that a gust? Feel Vera's gust. Now that's a gust. Then again. Level 5, or sorry, level 12 Pokemon against level 5, no, it was 3? I already did that, that's my stream. I was moving in sync with my stream. That's behind on me for like, oh yeah, now I need to press this button. But then I was, no, I don't need, I just did that. That's me from the past. Let me switch hands for a moment for my stuff, because my hands are getting cold as well. Actually, I've been going for 2 hours. And I'm not feeling too well with my energy, to be honest. So I'm thinking, should I round off stream even though it's only been short? And if I would, what would I go and do? Let me just check something else real quick. Yeah, that's fine, all of that. No important messages there. To be honest, I could use like a regular person joining chat instead of a scammer. You know, I always get energetic from talking to people, or I should say with people, rather than talking to people. Yeah. Did I switch ultimate? I think I did. Vent or steam on? Yeah, alright. Antidotes. How many of those do I have at this point? $25. That's a lot of potions. For this point in the game, this is a lot of items. Escape ropes. I think that's more escape ropes than I used in all other Pokemon games I played combined. Like, I almost never use escape ropes. Attack harshly fell, eh? Yes, fear. Birds versus cat. And this time the bird has the advantage. Oh no, a charm! Anyway. And that's my bag. I'm yawning more and more. Maybe because I'm not sure. Like I'm mentally engaged. Well, I'm not so. I'm not physically engaged, I guess. Maybe I should do something a bit more physical for just a moment. To give my mind a bit of a rest for just a moment. That's what I mean. Like I'm yawning constantly. Alright, did I ever get a... You would let me... First part. Alright. 10 hours. And not even the first batch. You know what? I'm gonna grab a glass of water. So I'm gonna go to my thing here. I'm gonna go on a water break, and I'm gonna stretch my legs for just a moment to try and get rid of the yawning, cause it's annoying you, or it's annoying me, and it's probably annoying you. So I'll be right back. Alright, I got the blood pumping for a moment. Let's hope that's enough to keep me from yawning for quite a while. Now, let's see how damaged are your Pokemon right now. Not too bad. Right, the berries have grown. 4 berries. Then I think I have enough of these berries for now. At least most of these. And I'll plant some more orange berries. Because, yeah, I'm actually using them. Never thought I'd find a use for orange berries. At least not outside of just cheap healing if you can buy them. Because there are some games you can buy them and they're like the cheapest healing in all the game, but you do have to buy a ton of them. Alright, with that I have 8 berries left, the amount that I said. But I do have the possibility to gain 10, maybe 20 back. Let me double check Pokemon Uranium berries. Items under the O, and then no, under the B from berry maybe? No? What's the name? It's an orang berry, right? Yeah, orang. So it should be under the O then, if it's not under. No. Items. Can I search? Yes. Oran berry. Yes, it's fine. They don't list a grow time. Okay. Let me try and look it up in a different way. Oh, no. Not OO. Not PP. Pokemon Uranium. Oranberry. Grow time, specifically. Wait. It's almost like I'm hearing something. Put the sound all the way up for me. I'll put it all the way down again. Okay. Not hearing anything special. I thought I heard voices or something. No. No. Hours? Yeah, no, it doesn't list how long the grow time is. Yuri. If I just Google berry grow time then. No. Maybe it's in the sprinkle toad's description? Hmm? Alright, it's generation 4 mechanics. So, generation 4. Really 16 hours for orang berries. That's awful. So that means it's about, it's 10:30. So 12 hours is still 10:30. Plus 2 is 12:30. So 2:30 tomorrow. Or 14 hours. No. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. 1400. Well, 1430 hours. Is when they should be full grown. But I should probably check them earlier. Which I might do off stream. Just might. Just to water them. So that the yield is higher. Walking around really did help. I feel so much better. Like all the stuff has gone off of me. A bit. You probably saw I did like some jumping jacks and then stepped on something in the corner of the closet you see there. Well, actually, it's more there, I guess. It's a bit confusing because left, right, camera there compared to what I see here. Where was I? Right, Rafi. Rafi, get in there, rapido. Rapido, amigo. I just realized that's Spanish. Like it's just like a common thing you hear once in a while. And I just realized that's Spanish. Sometimes there are just phrases, sounds, and you just later only realize what they actually are. Another good example is like a sound you often hear in... If somebody doesn't really want to say anything, but want to make it clear that they don't know the answer. You often hear someone say something kind of mumbling, making sound, which is just a speed up, mumbled version of I don't know. And like, you hear people use that more than you might think here. Just that sound, though in a more relaxed setting, so to say. It's definitely not respectful to do it like that. But just and it's just mumbling it. It's not even actually saying the words. Like you can mumble that without even knowing the words, without even speaking English, because it's just the tones. I wonder how long that has been in the Netherlands, like as a thing. Like it might have been since the 17th century, just because of the British sailors also coming to the Netherlands. Oh, that's the wrong button. I sometimes wonder about those things. Like now, I guess. Brawl, yeah. The rule. It's not what I need. No, I'll take that. Well, guess getting the blood pumping didn't fully help, because I'm already feeling things coming up again. Not into full-on yawning yet, but I do feel like the tiredness setting in this part of my head again. Or these parts, I should say. So, with that being said, I'll probably keep going until like, I want to say 11, and then I'm gonna call it today and head to bed a bit earlier today. Had a busy day yesterday. Was up early, to bed late. So yeah. I don't want a Cuplock. At least I don't want to fight them. Burby, Alton, or Mankey, please. That's a Chinmunk. That's neither of the things I mentioned. Still none of the things I mentioned. Out of curiosity, how much damage does this do? Almost none. And that did all of it. So that does mean I now have to go to the Poké Center. Because otherwise, Mankey might be a problem. If I encounter it. I prefer Mankey not to be a problem. Kevlar Town. I might want to... No, I have enough items for now for like this part of the game. I don't need to... actually... Who knows? That's a Chinmunk. Don't need anything but a Chinmunk right now. That I do need to do something with. Forgot to remove the item from Timon. Right, because I did fight something. Accuracy fell, eh? No, I'm thinking if I could have a Pokemon IRL, what Pokemon would I want? Oops, wrong button. And like, I can't maintain a big Pokemon. Like, I don't have the money for that. Like, nobody has the money, well, almost nobody has the money to feed a Snorlax. Yeah, like a Meowth would be very easy. Or Purlion. Like, for example. I feel like an Arcanine, though expensive, would still be doable. Like, it's big dog. And like, do you want more? Like, you would want one as a pet, right? Like, you want to be, you know, form a connection with it. On the other hand, you have the Pokemon that could be very useful to humanity. One of the maybe more underrated examples of a Pokemon that could be useful to humanity: Magcargo and Slugma. Just let them sit in where you would normally keep the coal for like a electricity what's the name again? Electricity center? No. Power generator? Anyway, where you would normally use coal for a generator, you just allow Slugma to exist instead. And they just boil the water, generating almost free infinite energy. Because Pokemon do in fact break the laws of thermodynamics and conservation of mass. Which, yeah. Sure, they ready? Revive. Out of everything you could have given me, you gave me a revive. So that table did indeed not change for a Nuzlocke. Clear. Well, I'll go sell the revive, I guess, and see what I can maybe get instead. Maybe there's something for like 1500 that I wanna buy in the Poke Center at this point in the game. Though I'm not... I don't think there will be anything that I would want right now. Maybe some more regular Pokeballs, but I only wanted to buy those in sets of 10. Which would cost me 2000, which is more than the revive costs. Or, well, yes, more than the revive costs. Not even more, just more than I get for the revive. But it's more than the revive costs. But let's see. I want to sell a revive. 750. For how much should we sell? Not nearly enough. So I could, for example, buy 3 of these, 2 of these, 1 of these, 2 of these, and 3 of these. But I'm not doing that. Do I now almost have the same amount of money that I started the game with? Because I'm pretty sure you start with like 3000. Let me save the game. I don't want a cheap to fight Chimunk. So I'm not against the shiny Chimunk. Like, not at all. But that's not you. I need Burby, Mankey, and Alton. Like that. I'm so happy looking at my setup now, by the way. Just having it so much easier to be able to put my phone in a holder. No, not having to worry about positioning as much. It just works. And I can leave the thing on. I don't have to have a ton of garbage behind my PC to hold up the camera standard like I had before. Yeah, it's a lot better now. Oh wow, my vision zoned out. Like I was not all there. That's not good. Meanwhile, Land Horse is only 2 levels behind Timon. Who's further, Rappy or Vera? Vera. Oh, okay. Did not expect that. I also keep not expecting the Burby to live. Hyper Potion, okay. Kabak. Burby. I'm away from my desk again. Like sitting half a meter away from my desk. Okay, switch Pokemon. Twitch giving me a alarm that somebody's hype train is doing something, and I'm like, who's that again? Like, to be honest, I stream more on Twitch than I watch on Twitch. Which isn't hard, to be honest, with what I've been doing lately. And that's Burby gone. No, not that button. Timon, item take. How much XP do you still need? 6? 89. Wait a sec. What's your... Yeah, so Vera needs less XP to level up. I'm curious, what level does she evolve? Wait, did you make sound before? No, because your sound is muted. As it should be from a commercial. Let's see. Level 17, Burby evolves. Let's see. Wait, you have a... I was about to say you... Start equals level 29. Let's see. Okay. Just checking some Pokemon Uranium lore stuff. Well, not lore, mechanic stuff. Oh wow, that's... Oh no, that's the Mega. So the game used to have different starters. Didn't know that. What's this ad for? It actually looks like a fun game. Like a... Interesting. Where was I? Oh yes, running away from Chibunk. Mankey. Oh no, not back. Fight. Sand attack. Accuracy fell. Leer defense fell. One more sand attack. Going to water. Wait. Yeah, they did enough. Again, still. A level 5 Mankey critting on water. Faints it. Okay, whatever. Mankey's gone. Oh no, not the rare candy. The orang berry. So I don't think I should even switch in water anymore on other Mankeys. If they're level 5 at least. Still needs 24 XP for the next level up. That's fine. Maybe I should think about moving to speed EVs after all. Like in that cave, I mean, because then it's a ground type with a fairly weak ground type, which only actual attacking move is Scratch. Other than that, it would have Sand attack and Growl. But that also means that they have Arena Trap 50% of the time. Which means that Land Horse will have to deal with them. And I'm not sure if they can. But I guess I'll just have to see about that. Maybe I need to check out the level range again. Accuracy fell, eh? Well, Gust. And let me... I'll finish this battle first. Vera's attack missed, eh? One Vera, one last Gust. Well, okay then. One more, one last Gust. Level 13. No move, but that's okay. Full heal. Alright, now let me see. Grozart lives there, right? So, Passage Cave. He encounters there. Level 4 to 6. Oh, this is actually one level higher than... Huh. What EVs did you give anyway? Defense. How useless for me. Let's see. No. Okay, fine. Can close that. But level 4 to 6, which might be a tad dangerous. Like, more dangerous than what I'm doing right now. I'll switch in Vera and then go to Rappy. Amber. Attack missed, okay. Alright. With that, I'm gonna take the item from Timon. Another revive? Really? I'm healing my Pokemon. And I'm gonna save the game. And I'm gonna call it a... Then I'm gonna call it a day. Because my mind is a bit fuzzy. And I don't want to make any mistakes. So, thank you all for watching. And I'll see you all next time. See ya!